What's up everybody, Dead Girl here. Today we're out at Universal Studios and we're going to check out some of the menu items that have popped up in some of the food carts. Let's head in. Alright gang, it is Sunday. We are 4 nights away from Halloween Horror Nights. Over there is where the Pumpkin Lord is going to be hanging out. Very excited that he's coming back this year. And this is going to be for the horrors of Halloween Scare Zone. I'm really digging all the vines. The sign up there is beautiful with all the pumpkins hanging. Little Boo is in there at the very tippy top for those of you that will be looking for him. And I love how each of these little pods here have a nod to some of the other Scare Zones. So as I was saying, I love that they're incorporating all of the other Scare Zones into each of the little pods that they've got going over there. This is really cool. I cannot wait to see this all lit up. And for those of you looking, there is a 31 here. That stands for Halloween Horror Nights 31. And of course, Halloween. Look at that signage. Oh, I'm excited to see this lit up. So again, this is the Horrors of Halloween Scare Zone. And they moved some of the stuff since last time we were here. It looks like they've kind of turned them so you can't really see everything. Very curious to see what kind of scare actors they're going to have in this zone. And I love this area over here with all the candy. That's a nod to sweets. We're going to keep heading down and we're going to go ahead and head towards New York to check out our very next Scare Zone. All right, we've spotted our first food truck here at Horror Nights, and there's some of the food. So let's get a close-up of this one. They've got some beers, and they do have some eats and treats. If you guys want to pause it and take a screenshot, you can check out those yummies, as well as some of the pricing here. It looks like they've also started to set up some of the queue line for one of the houses here. And yes, that is like the old cattle call where you're going to weave back and forth, and we all know how much fun that is. Just quick pro tip, bring an umbrella or a poncho because it does have a tendency to rain. We are in Florida, so when it does that, you don't want to get stuck in that outside queue line because that's going to be extremely uncomfortable. And it's storming out today, as you can see. Sorry for the umbrella popping in and out. It's a little wet out here, and we're kind of trying to stay as dry as we can. And I've got JD helping me, so I appreciate him for that. But let's head into New York and take a look at the next zone and to see how far they've come with setting up the tribute store. So we're over in New York, and you can see they've added a couple of things to the tribute store since last we've been here. Now this Scare Zone is going to be called Sweet Revenge. The sweets from Major Sweets Candy Company have turned children into crazed killers. This Halloween's all trick, no treats, and total mayhem. Really excited to see what kind of scare actors we're going to get in this zone. They've got lots of their props and stuff out. So as I was saying before, Halloween Horror Nights does happen rain or shine. So it doesn't get canceled if it's raining. The only time it does is if there's like a hurricane, which hopefully there will not be one of the... I'm not.
No H word.
So they've got some of their stuff set up here. So I'm assuming they're probably going to have someone up in the judge's booth.
I wonder if they're going to have the lollipops for sale.
That would be smart if they did. Look at these lollipops real quick.
Designs are kind of cool.
These designs are really cool.
We're not out last time.
No, they keep adding things. And the event is happening, like I said, it's Sunday. This video will go up. It's happening on Friday, September 2nd. And they add stuff throughout the event. So it's not like what you see out is what's already done. Oh no. They add, even as Horror Nights begins, they're still adding and tweaking things, which keeps it a lot of fun. They've got a little area there set up that's got like some fake corn, thankfully. For those of you that are not familiar, in the past, Halloween Horror Nights or Universal Studios has tried to create like corn mazes, and every time they do, a hurricane hits. So they've kind of stopped doing the real stuff and they've stuck to the fake stuff. And there are some food booths set up. So we're going to walk over here and we're going to take a look at those menus. All right, so here's one of the treat stands. And like I said, they're finally putting out some of the menus. They've got specialty beverages all over the park. They've got different eats and treats if you guys want to take a quick screenshot of that. And this one is actually vegan, vegetarian, and gluten sensitive. So for those of you that were worried about Halloween Horror Nights and having things that were for people who had those type of sensitive stomachs,
Look for the icon.
look for the little, let me go back to this. So you want to look for these little icons down here. These are going to show you what's gluten sensitive, what's vegetarian, and what's vegan. And as you can see here, 3 of those items.
Vegetarian.
So yeah, they've got some stuff here for you folks that are not meat eaters like myself. And then on the other side, they've got some different treats here at the same booth. So here's some of your specialty beverages. And here's some of the eats and treats. Now, some of these are also going to be vegan or vegetarian, which is great. So again, lots of food options for you folks that have that specialty diet, which I love the fact that Universal does incorporate that. And we've got some more signs up over here. We're going to wander this way. And they have also got them out front as well as on the sides of the facades for these little eateries. All right, coming up to our second one that has some spooky eats and treats. We did notice that as well as letting you know if it's vegetarian, they actually have a little QR code right here that you can scan that will pull up the menu for you. Here's some beverages at the next cart. So as you can see, they do have a vegetarian option for you folks that are vegetarians. And this booth is also in New York. And that's got that vampire looking theme here, which is really cool. I'm digging on that. And this is where you're gonna find Major Sweets ice cream, petrified rat tails, spicy Turkish and squash buns, all kinds of yummies. And again, look out for those little leaf options. That's gonna show your vegetarian meals. And then over here on the other side, now this one is the same stuff, but I just wanted to give you guys an extra viewing of this, and we're gonna move on to our next one. All right, now this is a zombie looking booth, and this is kind of across the way from Transformers and where one of the specialty bars are. And there's a plant blocking the menu here. But here's some of your goodies, your beverages. They do have some stuff here that is gluten sensitive and vegan friendly, which is nice. And they actually go over the different types of twisted taters and what options they've got. So again, these are some vegan, some vegetarian, some of them are spicy. So for you folks with sensitive tummies, this is probably going to be a spot for you, and for those that love those twisted taters. And here's a better look at those options here if you guys want to take a quick picture. So you'll order your food here, and then you'll do your pickups over here. Over here, we've got some additional food areas. Now this is the one that says trick or treat, and it looks like a little face out front. Here's what you can find over here to have a little nibble on. Lots of beverages. Now this one, they do have a gluten sensitive option, which is going to be that still killer stovetop popcorn. That's popcorn infused with custard, topped with blood spattered kettle corn, and then your haunted horseshoe, as well as some yummy beverages. Coming up to our next food booth right here. Now this is across the street from Fallon. They've got some canned beverages here. One of these, the Voodoo Brewing Co. Lacto. You may want to skip that if you're lactose intolerant. They've got some yummy eats here, as well as those signs for vegan, vegetarian options. And they've also got a little peanut to let you know that something may include peanuts. They did bring back that No Chance in Hell PB&J that folks were raving about last year, and I'm sure they can't get enough of. It's coming back, and I'm sure people are very excited.
Well, the price on it's $14.99. So what do you think as far as the $6 price tag from last year?
They've definitely more than doubled that. People will pay it. Personally, it's not for me. It's not for everyone. So if you're a big fan of this, you're probably still going to go ahead and get that. I know inflation's a thing, and a lot of the pricing has gone up. So you may want to factor that into your food budgets. And right across from the booth with the No Chance in Hell PB&J, they've got the bar that is always set up here. And they've got your drink items. Looks like they've got some of your drafts. We'll take a picture of that and we'll post that to our Facebook and Instagram so you can get a closer up of what beverages they've got.
Those look really good.
But they do look really tasty.
So we have, what, pecan pie cider, we've got a pumpkin ale, there's an Oktoberfest, and a Rogue Bap Squatch Hazy IPA.
Nice.
Which I gotta tell you, I didn't like IPAs before until they started doing these hazy ones. They're actually really good.
And of course they also serve different wines and sodas as well. Now as you're heading down New York from Finnegan's, you'll continue on down. And right over there in that little alleyway, you will find Meats Locker with some additional food and beverage items. So just to show you guys, here's some of the options over at Meats. Again, they've got those signs for gluten sensitive, vegetarian, or peanut sensitivities. They've also got sodas and waters, and I'm loving the packaging. I'm really hoping the food comes in that packaging. That would be badass. But we're gonna head in to where you would actually go to pick up your food. Here is where you're gonna place your order. So walking down this alleyway is where you're gonna go to pick up your food, and I love the hanging meat. That's really awesome. And then they've also got the menu, up here as well. And then they've got some fake meat in here for you guys. So here's where you would come get your food from Meats. On the other side of that alleyway, they've got a do not enter sign, but then here looks like another ordering booth where you can order more of your food from Meats drinks, specialty cocktails, canned beverages, and here you're gonna get that Bloody Mary. And they've also got their souvenir cups here. Oh, I love a good souvenir cup. All right, lots to see, guys, lots to see. Let's move along. For those of you that has purchased Scare Actor Dining or the Behind the Screams tour, Lou's Restaurant is where you're going to go for your meals. So Scare Actor Dining is going to be held here, and if you're doing the 6 House Behind the Screams or Unmasking the Horror Tour, this is where they're going to bring you for your lunch breaks.
Those lunch breaks are not included as far as with the cost of the ticket. You do pay for that additionally, but you do it ahead of time in the past. Have they changed it this year?
The Unmasking the Horror Tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Unmasking the Horror Tour, you pay when you get there. That's not included with your ticket. That's a separate thing. Right. You pay it once you order, but of course if you're doing Scare Actor Dining, your meal is included with that. And now we're heading over to our next Scare Zone, which is right past everyone's favorite ride, Fast and Furious. And there's
party, fam.
We're going to the party, and also there's another food truck up here with some more dining options, so we're going to take a look at that as well. So here's a food truck that's got some tasty beverages and some additional eats. Now here they've got some sacrificial remains mac and cheese bowl, burnt offerings mac and cheese bowl.
You will notice on this one that there's none of those symbols because this is not vegan friendly or vegetarian friendly.
Or gluten friendly.
Nope.
So keep that in mind when you're visiting this food truck. And again, this is the one that's right across from Fast and Furious. All right. And the next scare zone that we've come across is over by the exit for Fast and Furious, and this is called Conjur the Dark. On the first All Hallows Eve, an evil sorceress called forth monstrosities from dark dimensions. Now your blood will fuel them. All right. Now they have added a lot since last we've been here. None of this stuff here was set up previously. So this is all at least new to us visually.
Nice boo holes.
They've got some good boo holes. They've got some witchy stuff set up over there. Some more spooky boo holes. So let's kind of get you just a quick close-up of the stuff here. So they've got some skulls, some cages, a witch's pot. I love the little details like the skull over here. It's pretty awesome. And then over here, they've got this giant stage set up with this huge cauldron. So I'm kind of hoping we're going to see a sacrifice, at least based on the description of the zone. They've got a little tie thing over there, looks like a body. Ooh. So here you go, just to show you guys. There's that big old pot. And this is gonna be a pretty fun zone. It's still nice and open so that it's not completely covered, so people can move through pretty freely.
There's a lot of mysterious runes all over the place. I'm noticing that kind of a trend going on in this section.
Oh, for sure. It's pretty awesome. And at the base, so it looks like there's going to be some like bodies in the body bags here, at least I'm assuming. But I like how they've got all the bones at the bottom.
The bodies hit the floor.
The bodies are hitting the floor.
Now, something kind of fun to notice over here. I believe that's corn.
It is corn, and we did mention corn earlier, and that is not real. That is fake corn, because Universal knows if they plant real corn, bad things tend to happen. We're not going to speak its name. We're not putting that evil out there. And we're now coming out of this scare zone and heading back towards Potter. Now back here is that Harry Potter section where you want to go if you're here during HHN and you get a little overwhelmed by the crowds and the sights and the sounds. Head on over to there. It's pretty quiet, thankfully.
Or you want a hot butter beer.
Or if you want a hot butter beer. And here's an area. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to keep the bar back here or not. It would be cool if they did. But they've got your souvenir cups. They've got a couple of different premium cocktails. And it looks like they're going to have two different, well, no, they're different beverages. My mistake. So they've got a poison snake bite, premium cocktail, strongbow, harp.
Strongbow's good.
And some more of those in the bottle. They're also going to have sodas and waters. And let's head back.
Now, also really quick, notice on there on the pricing. So you can get a souvenir cup, and the first time you fill it up, it's going to be $14.50. But every time you come back, it's only $10.50. You're saving $1 on every refill.
That's pretty awesome. I love a refill. All right, let's head back here real quickly just to see if they've added anything. And JD was pointing out those runes earlier, and they've got them all back here too on all these pillars.
This is the first time having stuff back here. Normally this is just a smoking area, I believe.
Yeah, normally this area is pretty quiet and pretty chill and another good spot to get away from actors and that sort of thing. But now it looks like they've got a couple of bars back here. So for those of you who are looking for drinks and you don't want to stand in line all night, back here is a little, I don't want to say hidden bar, but it's a bar that's kind of out of the way. And you've got a nice view of Simpsons from back here, which is really nice. And there's another little food spot over there we're going to go check out as well. All right. It's a pretty chill spot back here.
All right, you need to run.
Now once you come over from the Potter section, it looks like they have the Good Guy photo op set up. They did this last year, and this was in conjunction with promoting the new Chucky series. They are doing a season 2, so I'm assuming that's why they've got this out here again, which is pretty awesome. I do like this. It's something fun for the fans to do, so you can get in and get a fun photo op while you're here at Halloween Horror Nights. They have another food thing set up right here, this big beautiful pumpkin. I am a big fan of it. I don't know if they've got the menu up or not. We're gonna take a quick look around the side just to see. So this menu has not yet been revealed, so we're waiting to see what's gonna be here. I'm gonna assume it's all kinds of pumpkin flavored treats just because it's a giant pumpkin. JD loves him some pumpkin. I do too. So yeah, so we're gonna cross back over. Now there are some restrooms over here. There's also your freestyle machine right here if you want to stop for a drink. And there are some more drink tents. And right there is where Night Meal Fuel will be performing. And they will have showtime set up so you'll know what times you can go and see those shows. If you're going to do a show, I highly suggest you get in line early for them to get yourself a very good seat. So I'm assuming that's going to be a bar. That's what's normally right here, but there's no signage up yet, so not quite sure. And then again, there's that sign that's going to have the times for Nightmare Fuel. And it looks like they're getting ready to, they're setting up everything, the little queue area.
I can't wait to see that show this year. Last year, because of COVID concerns, we went ahead and skipped it. It looked cool. Really thankful they're bringing it back.
Yes.
So we'll definitely be checking it out.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome. They've got some lighting set up here. Now normally that light would project the Halloween Horror Nights symbol on that wall right there at Men in Black, which I'm assuming is the case for this year as well. Over here where those double doors are normally an entrance to some of the houses for Horror Nights, but we're hearing this year that you're going to have quite the hike to do some of the houses that are going to be in the back. We'll find out on Friday. We do have some friends who are doing the employee preview that's happening on the 31st. So we'll talk to them and we will confirm. But the rumor is you'll enter here and you'll walk all the way behind Men in Black to get to some of those houses. All right. Now over here by Men in Black, they do have what looks like it's going to be some drink tents set up. They don't have the drink specials listed on their boards yet. Those are still blank. But across from that is going to be your Coca-Cola Freestyle refill. Now in the past, they've had house entrances here and here. So again, we'll get all that information on the 31st, and we will try to share that to our Facebook page if we don't end up doing a special live show. So we'll try to keep you guys posted on updates as we get them in. But right now we're gonna head down towards Simpsons. We've made it back to Simpsons. Now this is usually a holding zone if you're doing Stay and Scream. It's a nice large area here.
So many good memories back here.
We've had some great times back here. They used to have a roaming chainsaw horror back here, so like no area in the park was really safe except for, of course, Potter.
Hashtag chainsaw noises.
Hashtag bring it back. I miss those guys. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they're bringing them back this year. There's no word. They've never officially announced this area, so maybe they will again. Not sure. But Duff Gardens has some good drinks.
Yeah, we talked about that, I believe, on the last video, that you have Dufftoberfest that's happening, as well as some of your mixed drinks. So if you need a quick mixed drink, they do have a limited bar back here.
So there you go. Get you some liquid courage. Now we're heading back to where they typically have some of the house queue set up. They've also got some more food, and we've got 2 more scare zones to go through real quick.
Sweet.
And what do I see in front of us? There is a food booth right there. Let's see if they've got those signs up yet. So here is another one of the food booths that's set up just to show you guys. They've got some more specialty beverages. They've got some more eats and treats. Now they do have one that does contain tree nuts. They've got some vegan options and gluten-free options over here. And this is it's like the Chucky
Springfield entrance.
Food booth right at the entrance to Springfield. And there's some more tents. We're gonna go check out the food options there. So if you're coming out of Central Park, there's another eatery here, and this is another spot where you can get those twisted taters. They've got all the food options here. They do have, it's spicy, it's vegetarian, gluten-friendly, and vegan. And again, keep an eye on those little symbols that'll give you all that information. Here's a look at this booth. So this has the Scarecrow on it, and this is where you're gonna find all your twisted tater options as well as your canned beverage options. And then we've got 2 more booths over here that we're gonna take a look at, which I'm very excited to see what kind of nummies they got here. I'm pretty sure between like tickets and all the food options, I'm gonna go broke just on food alone.
This is my most anticipated out of the food choices.
Is it? Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Eats and treats. Garlic Philly cheesesteak. Yeah. All right, I'm in. I'm sold. Yep. Mummy's tablet cookie. That one looks like vegan friendly. They've got some yummy beverages here.
Now, I'm not normally a fan of their premix, and I'm not sure if this one's going to be premixed, but what it has inside of it, it kind of sounds like an old fashioned. So it looks kind of tasty, and I'm down to try it.
All right. I'm excited for that garlic cheesesteak. Anything with garlic, I'm in. Now, this is another tent here. Again, they don't have signs up here either. Back here, there's normally 2 house entrances as you're getting into the kids zone.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more. Well, check this out. So here's your garlic Philly cheesesteak. Is that on black bread?
I believe it is.
Oh, you're gonna be pooping green.
Just a fun fact, when they use the black food coloring in the food products, a lot of times it will change your stool. So don't be freaked out if you see that, but it does look like for $10.99, you get twisty fries.
Ooh.
So that's actually a little meal. That's not bad, especially when you look at $15 for a PBJ Uncrustable. I'll take the garlic Philly cheesesteak any day.
Yeah, I'm all about that garlic Philly cheesesteak. And pro tip for you folks coming who are worried about overspending money on food, which does happen. Here's a little tip for you guys. Get a Visa gift card. Put a set amount on that gift card. So if you want to spend $100 on food and drink, put that amount there. That's going to help you so you don't go over. And again, back here, they normally got 2 house entrances. And over here is normally where you can find the coveted pizza fries. So in Central Park, you're going to find Scarecrow Cursed Soil. At an abandoned farm, scarecrows have risen from the crust of the earth to hunt you and seek revenge. They'll harvest your screams. Dun dun dun.
Do not climb.
I'm loving the windmill and the trucks. And I like the little barn they got going here. Now it looks like they're probably going to have scare actors up top, which is awesome. I always love when scares come from above. I think it's unique because most people expect those scares coming to you at street level.
I gotta tell you, this right here kind of reminds me of the Rob Zombie Scare Zone where they had the dancers up top, but I don't think we're gonna get dancing scarecrows.
We're gonna get dancing scarecrows.
Pretty wild.
I don't know if that's gonna be a thing, but it would be hilarious. They've got some scarecrows up here with some cans hanging and forks hanging, which is unique. I'm digging it.
Hopper.
Listen, this isn't Disney. I like how they've added the wooden fencing. They've also got some fun buildings. They've got some outhouses down here that I'm assuming are probably going to be the boo holes, which, I mean, outhouses are scary enough on their own without people jumping out of them.
I wish they had some air effects. Those are always fun when they blast out at you.
Oh yeah, and they've got some scarecrows up there. They've got a pumpkin head, a doll head. He's fun and creepy. And just to show you guys, folks are doing some photos, which is pretty awesome. They've also got this cool car over here. And then down here a little bit further, they've got another outhouse. They've got their lighting rigs are set up in the trees up there. And this will take you back to your Twisted Taters, which is directly across from us. And there's your outhouse. So this will take you back to a few of the food places, as well as Simpsons, and then the other houses this way. But we're gonna turn around because there is a weekend bar, and then there's also another scare zone that we have to go through.
And also, really quick pro tip, over there where it says Animal Actors, one of the quietest, cleanest bathrooms in the park is housed right to the left of that Animal Actor. So if you walk under there, it's usually pretty quiet back there, and it's a nice place to make a quick pit stop.
Awesome, thanks for that. So right before you go through this scare zone, they've got some Day of the Dead action happening here, and they've got some drink menus up. So let's take a look. Eats and treats. What do we got here? There's some specialty beverages. There's all kinds of eats and treats. And again, they've got some gluten sensitive, some vegan and vegetarian, roasted sweet potato, and mushroom street tacos.
Check out the price on the popcorn.
Ooh.
Why is it $24.99?
I don't know. I'm hoping you get like a specialty bucket. That would be really cool. And check it out. They've got a Burning Skull souvenir cup. Oh, $15.49. You get 1 drink per guest per ID, so no double fisting, boys and girls.
It does
I'm
say
sorry.
premium cocktail up there for $17, so that doesn't mean a pre-mixed drink. That means for $17 in the souvenir glass, you can get that Jack and Coke or that Jameson and Ginger or whatever you're drinking.
I got a feeling this is probably going to be one of my other food booths that I'm going to attack during Halloween Horror Nights.
I have a feeling I'm going to end up with a set of those glasses before the end of the event.
I am not surprised. All right, we're going to head down now into our last scare zone. Actually, we're going to check out the weekend bar first, and then we're going to hit our last scare zone. Not only does the Weeknd have his own house here at Halloween Horror Nights, but he also has his own bar. I'm digging this. So this is the After Hours Nightmare Bar. Looks like these are named after, these are really cool. I'm digging the name. So they've all kinds, they have canned beverages, drafts on tap. They've got another souvenir glass there. And then they've also got wine and soda and water.
And I'm pretty sure the Save Your Tears is after one of his songs. Now, something that's kind of interesting and to note about this bar in particular, Notice how much space you have across the front of this all the way across. That means we have a lot of people working this line. This is one of the faster spots to get a drink throughout the park because there are so many people working here.
And I'm digging, like, check out the banners. That's pretty cool.
From Super Bowl to Halloween Horror Nights.
The weekend's getting around, man. I'm not mad about it. We've come to our last scare zone. This one is called Graveyard Deadly Unrest. On All Hallows Eve, a dark storm descends upon a cemetery and awakens long-dead spirits. No one can escape them. This one's really pretty. I am definitely a fan of how this looks. I'm very excited to see these scare actors that are going to be placed in this zone. I love the statues. They're absolutely gorgeous. I'm really digging the mausoleums that they've got, the crypts. I love all the little touches like the flowers and the rosaries that they've got. Just to show you some of them. These crypts go all the way down. And you can see they've got some bullholes there for some folks to jump out of to scare the silliness out of you. And we're kind of going against traffic. So as we're going through the park, JD pointed something out to me, and I was under the impression that the stalks here were fake. JD is under the impression that they are not fake, that they are real. And if that's the case, who knows what's going to happen this year? Because historically, that's been a bad omen. So hopefully it's not corn. Hopefully it's just some crazy plants. But this zone goes all the way down towards the horror makeup show. All right, gang, that's going to do it for our trip out here to Universal Studios and our final update before Halloween Horror Nights. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, keep it spooky. Bye.